In 2026, we are practicing patience, living in the moment, and appreciating every second.
If everything is dipped in gold, then baby it will never grow. Everything sweet ain't sugar coated. What a lie. What a lie.
I'm here to connect with those that want pivotal root growth for change. So, we're going to be talking about the overall year of 2026 here on the main channel. And it's going to be an overall breakdown where we're going to pull 9 cards in a spread where we will talk about an opening message of what you need to hear, what will help you thrive in the year of 2026, what new horizon will be rising for you, what you are meant to release and start over with, your main purpose and focus for 2026, what you need to embrace in the year, specific obstacles in 2026, as well as what is supporting you throughout the year, and a closing message. That's going to be part 1. And then in the second segment, we will talk about how you can make real change by calling yourself out on your BS. It'll be 3 cards pulled in addition to the first 9. And it'll be talking about how you're not being honest with yourself, how you are currently blocking yourself, and what you can do to help yourself move forward. That's what we're going to be addressing here on the main channel. Over on Patreon, we will discuss love and money in a 2-part breakdown as well. On the love portion for Patreon, it will be a 7-card spread where we discuss the current love situation, possible obstacles between your dream love and where you currently are, influences from the past, near future, so within the next few months, what you can expect, the far future, what you can expect in years to come, and outside influences, as well as advice and guidance. That's the love portion over on Patreon. And then if you want to find out how you can bring more money into your life for the year of 2026, there will be a 5-card spread about that as well too. A very nice trick that I will share with you. So join us over there if you are interested. But again, over here on the main channel, we're going to talk about the overall year, as well as how you can call yourself out on your own BS to make real change. Over on Patreon will be love and money. Let's go ahead and get into the year 2026 breakdown. And if you want more, if you want to really invest in yourself, then I highly recommend booking a new start of the year reading with me, where I break down every single month by month, and also address it in quarter segments so that we can see what themes will pop up the most often for you. That'll be broken down in further detail. Linked in the description box down below is my website, the very first link. Second link is Patreon. And if you are interested in donating to the channel, there is a P.O. box as well as a virtual tip jar. And that's all that I have for you. Let's go ahead and get started. Those of you that resonate with image number 1, I'm super excited to get into the details of your 2026 reading. We are going to be exploring many themes. If you don't know what themes we're going to be addressing, make sure you head on back to the intro where I do explain everything in detail. And we're going to go ahead and get started. Those of you that resonate with image number 1, let's talk about how to make the year 2026 all that you wish. Your opening message, those that resonate with image number 1, pray that you feel seen, that this message brings clarity, rejuvenation, and functionality. Let's get it. Opening message for group number 1. Release and start over. Obstacles. What can help you thrive? Your main purpose and focus. what supports you in 2026. New horizons. You need to embrace this. And your closing message. So, your opening message. Focus less on recognition and reward in this year, and focus more on quality, execution, inspiration, truth, why you started, why you want to reach the masses. This group here, you might be trying to jump the gun, trying to reach a level of status, fame, success, whatever it may be, simply before it's time, as you are meant to naturally build this process, which takes me into what will help you thrive one day at a time. And this seems to be fully surrounding your financial situation. You may not be making buku funds. You might be in a paycheck to paycheck situation. But this is what you need right now in order for these new horizons to grace you, which is represented by the Ace of Swords, letting me know that you need time, space, and energy to receive these new ideas. So there may be some things that have died down in your life, is what I'm kind of getting here. Something that may have ended, or something that is not as fast paced or profitable as it once was. That's for a reason. Taking us into what we need to release and start over, group number one is the Page of Wands, which talks about your inspiration, your drive, your character, your image, your logo, your mission. Again, the reason why you started, the truth and the core of it all. Your main purpose and focus is represented by the Five of Swords, which lets me know that this is about redesigning, reconvening, looking back, reducing, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, asking questions, learning and relearning, taking it back to basics. And this seems to be your major statement right now. Remember why you started. Before we move forward, I want to chime in and let you know that the love and more money portion of this reading is going to be over on Patreon. That will be linked in the description box down below. That video is an hour and a half long of content that you can use to combine with your message here. It's 4 separate groups over there as well. If you are interested, I highly, highly, highly recommend joining us over on Patreon. And it's less than $6 a month to join us there for an additional pick a card reading on top of every single video that's on the main channel here as well. Okay. And so now moving forward, what you're being called to embrace is the King of Pentacles, what you do know, what you have learned, knowing what to do with what you do have. For some reason, this is taking me back to and tying me into the money situation and opportunities. There's something here about strategy, and knowing what your base or your foundation is or what it looks like. So, embracing the things that you do know that are very good and very well and have been working. That for some reason it's embracing what has been profitable. So, zooming in on those areas, zooming in on those sections and seeing what can you again add, subtract, reduce, multiply, etc., etc. For some reason now it's taking me to your closing message, which is signified by the Nine of Swords. This is worrying about what you cannot control. Let's not do that this year. When we face these obstacles with judgment here, this lets me know that the obstacles that you face will be ones that are hard to ignore, and most likely truths that you have tried to ignore for a while now. I think that you've been called in a different direction. You've been pulled. You've been um, getting these tingling feelings, but haven't followed through. This year, the obstacle will be kind of you being dragged to the new concept, the new approach, the new theory, the new horizons. You're going to be directly called out. Like I'm kind of seeing obstacles are going to be the finger being pointed at you. This is about taking responsibility. This is about taking accountability. This is about self reflection and taking note of your actions, being aware of your behaviors and how it affects others, how it's affected yourself. So, obstacles with the judgment card really just talks about, can you face the truth? Can you face reality when it is handed to you? And what supports you in 2026? The Knight of Swords, motion, action, not too much thinking without doing, but the opposite. Do more, think less. Now, of course, this is not me telling you not to think before you act, but sometimes the process of thinking can undo the process of the action. Make sure that you balance your thoughts and your actions. Do more acting than you do thinking in this particular year. That will do you well. So, the second segment here, we're going to combine with this message, and that's going to be talking about how you can call yourself out on your own BS. How are you not being honest with yourself? How are you not being honest with yourself? And how are you currently blocking yourself? And what can you do to help yourself moving forward? Hmm. Okay, so how are you not being honest with yourself? It's in relation to the release and start over portion of your reading, which is the Page of Wands, where we talked about inspiration, image, and the Ace of Cups says, how am I not being honest with myself? By depriving yourself of love that you deserve, of credit that you do deserve, of nourishment that you do deserve. You have three aces out here. The only ace that's missing is the Ace of Wands. Because you've done it. You've cycled through. You've completed something here. You are not being honest with yourself because you're not allowing yourself to love what you created, or you're not allowing yourself to love what you do. You're not allowing yourself to love yourself as you are and show up in your truth. So, with your releasing and starting over, it's tied to being honest with yourself about what you love, how you love, doing what you love, and doing that out loud. So, you may be knowingly or unknowingly hiding a portion of yourself. And that could be what is blocking you. Oh, interesting. I say blocking you. I didn't even mean to segue into the next card, which is literally, how am I currently blocking myself, represented by the Strength card reversed. How you're unknowingly blocking yourself is by holding yourself back, restraining yourself, by not being seen, by not being heard. That takes me back to the opening message here that is represented by the Six of Wands reversed here. And we talked about not focusing on the recognition, not focusing on the reward, but focusing on why you started. For some of you, this could quite literally be the opposite of you seeking fame, or um, being well known, or some sort of an achievement. Oh, there's this double-edged sword energy coming through where you're wanting and running from some sort of recognition. The very recognition that you want is what you're running from. Now, for some of you, it could be looking for recognition in the wrong places, in the wrong spaces. Yeah. This is about not giving yourself enough credit. But the reason, like the way that the message came in the very beginning is like not focusing on the reward, not focusing on the fame, not focusing on the success. And that still remains true. But I think that that's actually what's holding you back subconsciously. You're not realizing that because you're nervous about the fame or the success that you actually want, but because you're nervous about it, you are subconsciously holding yourself back from ideas that you could execute to get you to drive ahead, to push on, to grow. But that comes with a nervousness behind being seen. New Horizons is being represented by the Ace of Swords because these are ideas that you've had in the vault for some time, but you just didn't act on them out of shame or out of reluctance for whatever reason. You're currently blocking yourself by not giving yourself the room that you need to grow, by not showing the world what you are capable of to the extent in which you are capable. You might be hiding some parts of your identity, but trying to show off other aspects of your identity. And spiritually speaking, the shadow self is like, no, no. God is like, no, I want you to be seen. You will be seen, but not in the way that you're trying to show yourself. I want you to be seen fully, completely as you are. So I feel like you're probably in this space where the dialogue is saying, oh no, I'm not afraid to be seen. If you see me like this, but your success and where you need to be seen is the very thing that you're holding back behind your back. So you're trying to be recognized and seen for this, when really it's the very thing that you have hidden behind your back that will catapult you to where it is that you want and deserve to be, and where you feel in your heart and in your soul that you need to be. That's in alignment with you. So, what can you do to help yourself move forward, represented by the Two of Pentacles? Wasn't I just talking about that thing that you have behind your back and the thing that you're showing off? I need you to do the opposite. Put that behind your back and show this off. You're showing off the wrong things. You're showing this off, whatever this is, whatever this means. You need to be showing this. Look, nothing is coincidental. You saw how the light just shone when I pulled this forward. I think that there is blind spot that you're choosing not to see because of what it might mean. Nine of Swords here. Being seen for whatever this is that we are referring to scares you, terrifies you. But that's exactly where you're meant to be. Let's see the animal spirit that's supporting you through 2026. And again, if you want to know about love and money, that's available over on Patreon. I also do have the option for a full year breakdown, as well as a mini 2026 preparation breakdown reading. Whatever fits your budget, I have two options available. If you want the full year breakdown, we will go all into it. Head over to my website to make that happen. And also, up until January 31st, there is a 30% off coupon code. If you type in new me at checkout, you'll get 30% off of your purchase of $39.99 or more. The animal spirit here to support you. That's too many. So there's a lot of animal spirits here to support you throughout the year of 2026. The animal spirit here to support you. Frog spirit, clear out the clutter. Frog spirit, clear out the clutter. Bottom deck, cat spirit, claim your independence. Again, that there's something that is surrounding your identity and what you are known as that you are trying to hide. That is the pinnacle of your success. Stop hiding and get ready to show it off, because this is who you are when you love yourself, when you trust yourself, when you know yourself, and you deserve to create the space for yourself. I pray that this reading brought peace, love, light, healing, clarity, but most importantly, truth and motivation to anyone that tuned in here. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell to be notified whenever I pull up a new content just like this. I thank you for being here. Share this video with a friend. Leave love in the comment section down below, all that good stuff. And I will talk to you next time. Bye. Group number 2, you resonate with image number 2. Welcome in. I'm super excited to conduct your 2026 reading. This is going to be referencing to the overall energy that you are being called to be pensive and thoughtful about moving into the year in order to make 2026 the year that you wish. Here on the main channel, we are going to be conducting what I discussed over in the intro. If you skip the intro, I highly recommend, because then you will be given all the details on the current layout and what we are reading. But in short, there is a 12 card spread here meant to give you great insight and detail on what you need to know to make 2026 the year that you wish. And if you're interested in further expanding beyond this topic, join us over on Patreon for Love and Money as a continuation of this reading. And if you want a more personalized experience, there are 2 options for a full year breakdown as well as a mini 2026 breakdown over on my website. And there is currently details about a coupon code. If you type in new me when you check out with anything, any orders of $39.99 and over, get 30% off. All the information will be listed down below. Let's get into it. Opening message for, okay. This year, shyness, critique, and strategy are being highlighted. Your main purpose and focus this year is acknowledging how those themes that we just talked about have been holding you back. Closing message. Wheel of Fortune reversed. It doesn't need to make sense to everyone if it makes sense to you. Let's get into it. New horizons, 9 of Cups. Okay, so there will be new socially related desires that you have in this year that will require you to face the part of yourself that is afraid of what other people think of you, that is afraid of people's opinions, that shies away from conflict, What will help you thrive in 2026? Page of Cups. Tuning into your internal guidance system. There will be a lot of pushback or naysaying against what it is that you're doing. Throat chakra energy. This is about, excuse me, confirmation burp, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and you really having to fight for your right to be, quite frankly. Um, this is the final boss year of oppression, if you will, meaning this is the point in time where you will decide if you are going to live your life for you or live to be oppressed by whomever. This year is forcing you to address the chains and shackles that hold you. This is the year of facing fears. Obstacles? Wow. I asked for obstacles. The Emperor comes out here. The oppressor. The boss. The leader. The father figure. The one who writes your checks. The one who has the final say. Or do they? Where you need to release and start over? Nine of Pentacles, your identity. I can't make this up, you guys. This is all about fighting for who you are and the right to be who you are. This is the equivalent to every patriotic march that there's ever been. This is about freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom to love who you wish to love, freedom to be who you are. You need to embrace this in 2026. Seven of Swords. Strategy. I mentioned that already. Strategy. Knowing what to share, when to share, how to share, knowing when to say when, knowing when to ignore, knowing when to proceed, knowing how to, again, move strategically. There's something here about like beneath the surface. This is reminding me of a concept that I've brought up many times throughout the years on this channel, this underground railroad concept. When you know that what you're doing or what you believe isn't bad, but it might be frowned upon or illegal. But just because something is law of the land, that doesn't make it right, nor does that make it true. This group here, you're going to be fighting for you, for who you are. What supports you in 2026? Three of Wands. Identifying with an optimistic future. The Nine of Wands being the bottom deck energy here. This is about self-preservation and knowing when to share yourself, knowing when to hide yourself, not out of fear, but out of self-preservation, out of protection. But showing up in your power and empowered every time. This is about knowing when to say when, knowing when or if you should explain yourself, knowing if or when someone is worth your time, effort, energy, the conversation to defend yourself. Are we conversing to actually see, or do we just want to argue and blame? Let's combine this message with the second segment, which talks about calling yourself out on your own BS for some real change. How are you not being honest with yourself? How's this group not being honest with themselves? We have the Chariot. How are you currently blocking yourself? We have the Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. And what can you do to help yourself move forward? Interesting. So, how you're not being honest with yourself because you're pushing forward or trucking along or just you're just doing and pretending that everything is okay when it's not. How are you currently blocking yourself? I think that you're not utilizing your resources to the best of your advantage or to your advantage or to the best of your ability. I'm getting how you're blocking yourself. There's like resources within your reach, but you're denying yourself because you're moving too fast. So you don't see the resource. So slowing down will help you to unblock yourself. And what can you do to help yourself move forward is to sit still and be the middle ground to see both sides of something. Be the middleman. Be Switzerland. So, how you're being dishonest with yourself has to do with supporting two sides or both sides or being double sided or teetering back and forth, trying to maintain some sort of wonkiness. When actually the truth is you can be in the middle. You can be on the fence. And that is a case closed call there too. There's something where you feel like you have to choose left or right and you can't be in the middle. That's not true. With all this yellow in the reading, you'll be delighted and ignited by what you discover you can be. And again, this is all attached to expectations, rules, regulations, the boss, the leader. This is you discovering a personal path. Also, back to this, how you're currently blocking yourself. There could be funds out there just for you, like a scholarship or a sponsorship or something of the sorts. This is also about using the system to your advantage too, whatever that system might be, whether it be politically speaking on a larger scale, or whether it be the system at your school, or the system in your workspace, the system in your family. But this is about using the system and making it work for you. Confirmation burp, babes. Can't make it up. Let's see what animal spirit is supporting you on this journey through 2026. For some of you, also, you refusing to be identified as something is also blocking you. For example, you not wanting to be classified as disabled is blocking you from some sort of funds for disability. That's a very specific um, message coming through here. The animal spirit that is connecting with you throughout the year of 2026 is the chameleon spirit. Act as if. Act as if. Act as if you know who you are and that you have the right to be, justly so. Act as if you know. There is something here about claiming, literally, act as if, claim something. Like, yes, this is who I am. This is what I believe. And that doesn't have to be with side A or B. It can be the centered C. Again, if you're interested in a personalized version of this reading for a monthly breakdown, head on over to my website to make that happen. There are two options for two different budgets. We also have Patreon, where we dive into this reading further, expanding into love and money. If you're interested, definitely check out Patreon. That'll be linked down below as well. Give this video a thumbs up, leave love in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, share it with a friend. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and all that good stuff. I'll talk to you next time. Hello there to my winners that chose the third image. Let's go ahead and dive into your 2026 reading to find out how you can make 2026 everything that you wish. Let's go ahead and get into it. If you want to know details about the positioning of all the cards, this is what I explained in the intro. So make sure you rewind and check that out if you haven't already. But this is going to be a 12 card spread to address the overall themes of the year that you should be focused on, to have your head on straight and be prepared for. And we're also going to do a little second segment portion where we're going to be calling ourselves out on our BS, because that's how you make real change. Let's get into it. The opening message for those that select group number 3. Hope that you feel seen. Okay. 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 This is a year of values, morals, standards, and where that compass lies. This is your self defining year, moment, chapter. A lot of you will be presented with groups, families, or entities that you can join, and you have to choose one. or choosing a house. This is like Harry Potter, the houses and where you fall into. This is that year. Huh. Your opening message. You've got a lot to consider because you've got a lot to offer. People want you, people like you. But what's most important is that you want and like yourself. We may need to release and start over and erase some pages, erase how something began. Meaning, if you and someone got off on the wrong foot, this might be the year to turn over a new leaf. The obstacle will be your personal rules, boundaries, standards, but it's kind of giving your own coldness, your own rigidness. What will help you thrive in 2026 is knowing who you are, and yes, having those boundaries and maintaining them, but knowing when the boundaries, rules, standards, foundation need to be rewritten. This is going to be the year why they say never, because something that you said that you would never do, or someone that you said you would never speak to, or someone that you said you would never work with, could be the key to the very next door that you're meant to walk through. And so this is the year of change, reconsideration, adaptability, fortitude, and knowing yourself. And the thing is that you're in a space where you have to be the shot caller, meaning you'll be presented with an idea or something of the sorts that sounds appealing, but might go against your rules or might be the very thing that you said you would never do. Now you have to be the shot caller to decide, am I going to stand on this? Or is me standing on this preventing me from growing? What supports you in 2026 with what I just said is transformation. So, realizing when you are presented with these certain moments in time, realizing when the old boundaries and standards and rules that you set for yourself are holding you back from growing in a favorable direction. New horizons could be facing fears, or again, kind of looking in the mirror and calling yourself out, or even kind of saying that you're a liar to yourself, because you're going to have to face yourself and look in the mirror and say, like, I said that I would never do this, and yet here I am doing it. And part of you finds that very difficult to live with, but showing yourself grace and realizing that transformation and evolution is the best thing for you is how you can move past this. New horizons are circling around the things that you are attached to and identifying with that are not facilitating growth. And the thing is like you're kind of in this space of like feeling like you're in two minds. Because again, at one point in time, most of these things you truly felt and believed to your core. But as time goes on, things change and transform, and feelings change, people change, circumstances change. You are allowed to change your mind. This year, you need to remember that you are allowed to change your mind. There are commitments that you may realize are no good for you. And it probably hurts to have to breach contract or break off a commitment, but it's what must be done because now it's become detrimental for your soul. So, what you need to embrace is change, the ability to change, the flow to change, and also embrace doing it with a swiftness or an urgency. It doesn't have to be long and drawn out. Overall, the message for 2026 is to let yourself be inspired, ignited, and changed. And let yourself experience and let yourself not be perfect. That's a major message that's touching down for 2026 is stop seeking perfection because it's preventing you from living. It's preventing you from experience. This is the year that you crack yourself open. Let's see. How are you not being honest with yourself? Wow. Ten of Pentacles comes out again. That was your bottom of the deck energy. It's your values. How you're not being honest with yourself is with your values. How are you blocking yourself? By existing in places with people that align with your old beliefs. And honestly, my friends, I have to say that I feel as though you're blocking yourself because you are pretending to be someone you're not. You are putting on a front for people who don't even know who you really are. And how can you help yourself move forward? Ten of Wands, drop the burdens. Accept that this is too much, and Empress here. And allow everything to shed away and let your true nature shine through. I kind of feel like this is a group where someone here or multiple people here might really resonate with like structure of the 3D world and being very strategic and having a routine and a strict schedule that's surrounded by like cubicles, 8 a.m. coffee runs, cement and concrete everywhere. When really you're meant to be an environmentalist, when you're meant to be um, an herbalist or healing the world through artsy and creative things, but you're forcing yourself into a 9 to 5 flow. You can be your creative self and find a way to make that stable for you. There are creative 9 to 5s as well. But this is about structure that no longer supports you, and a skin that needs to be shed. Because while you're trying to be millennial gray, concrete, and black coffee, you're really sage green, vegan, vegetarian, healthy, plant-based diets, and working out. It's time to let yourself be. Let's see what animal spirit is supporting you through 2026. Koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. There's some sort of spiritual guardian looking over you and just waiting for you to tell the truth. Look at this. I can't make this up. Under the deck is a hawk spirit. Let spirit be your guide. This is like God waiting for you to be honest with yourself. And that's the first step. Like it's like this angels watching over you, and like we have the next step already ready, but we're not going to reveal it to you until you admit this truth, until you are honest with yourself about your core beliefs and values, because you are identifying with a version of yourself that you simply are not anymore. And this is all that I have for you. If you are interested in a personalized breakdown of 2026, you can get that. There are two options actually. There's a short mini version of that, and then there's an extended one. If you get the extended one and or place an order for $39.99 over on my website, you'll get 30% off of your order. So this is a great time to place that order with me, whether it be for the new reads or just anything. But as long as you reach that price threshold and enter new me in the discount code box on checkout, you get 30% off. You don't want to miss up until January 31st. And again, over on Patreon is where we continue this reading to talk about the love and money aspects of your life. I'll see you there. Give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share this video with a friend, all that good stuff, and leave love in the comment section down below. Talk to you next time. Those of you that resonate with image number 4, let's go ahead and lock into your reading to find out how you can make 2026 everything that you wish. If you want to know what specific topics we are addressing here, make sure you check out the intro because that's where everything was broken down. This is a 12-card spread. If you want beyond this, join us over on Patreon for the love and money portion of your reading. And if you want a more personalized version, go ahead and book a personal reading with me. Right now, I am running a special for 30% off purchases of $39.99 or more, which would include a full year breakdown reading or any reading that your heart desires. And as long as your heart totals up to $39.99 or more, you can use the code NEWME for 30% off of your entire purchase. That lasts now through January 31st with no limitations applied, so you can order as many times as you wish with that coupon code before January 31st. Now, let's get into your opening message, group 1. This is the year that transformation becomes you. You are moving, you're doing everything different. Everything is different now. The Fool card is your center focus for this year. The Fool card, everything is new here. What will help you thrive? Intimacy in connections. So make sure you are connecting with people, getting to know people. on a deeper level beyond just their name. I see that relationships with other people are extremely significant for your year. So, um, and we've talked about transformation. So, transformation and people. People will be helping you to transform your life and bring in a whole new reality. This is the time where you're going to say that you finally released everything that you thought that you knew that you had to do in life, or everything that you were taught in your upbringing that was not beneficial for your growth and transformation looking ahead. This is the year where you let go of everything that does not serve you and started tuning into the things that do, and you change your entire life. I think the main obstacle that you'll face in this year ahead has everything to do with the uncertainty that comes with a newness. The uncertainty that comes with getting to know someone new, not knowing where the relationship will take you, not knowing where this move will take you, not knowing where this job will take you, not knowing where saying this will take you, not knowing where not saying something will take you. In 2026, you will be strongly supported by your morals. When you are connecting with other people, keep in mind your personal beliefs and if the people around you align with that. That's how you'll know who you're meant to come into contact with, who you're meant to build with, who you're meant to start contracts with. It's built and based in a moral compass. You'll want people that are either on a similar wavelength or frequency to you, or you'll want people around that you can learn from, that can show you how to expand. I'm seeing that empathy is a major concept for 2026 for you. Learning how to connect with people and learning from other people how you can connect even further, even deeper. You're being called to embrace popularity. You're being called to embrace being seen. You're being called to embrace being known. You're being called to embrace human interaction. I feel like this is going to be one of your most social years to date, and it's going to change your life. Yeah, this is the year that you will build a reputation that is everlasting. And it's because it's in tune with the truth and the core of you. This is the real you, the you that has fought so long and so hard throughout your entire life to exist in this exact place, this exact position. Expect to have a new joy and a new love for life, for yourself, and for the people around you and the opportunities that present themselves. I feel like this will be a year for many firsts, things that you've never experienced before in relation to other people, or what you experience because of other people will be coming up in 2026. So let's get into the calling yourself out on your own BS so that you can make some real change portion of this reading. How are you not being honest with yourself? How are you currently blocking yourself? And what can you do to help yourself move forward? You're not being honest with yourself because of the timing of something, or you're not being honest with yourself about the timing of something or about patience. Also, how you're not being honest with yourself is saying that you have to wait for happiness, or that you have to reach a certain point before you can actually be happy or successful. How are you currently blocking yourself? By looking for a defined purpose in everyone and everything that you meet, do, and feel. There's this need to just let things be or let things exist and let them reveal themselves to you through the process. What can you do to help yourself move forward? Challenge those aspects of you that refuse to just let things be. I don't know. There's just this vibe here. We've been talking about relations and opening up to people and connecting with people. I feel like you rush to figure out the purpose of someone's existence in your life, which kind of voids the relationship, the meaning, the purpose behind it. Let things be and let things slowly reveal themselves to you. This is kind of like picking up a book, reading the first chapter, and then skipping to the end to find out what happens, as opposed to living through the experience and letting things happen. Let's see what animal spirit is supporting you throughout 2026. Interesting. Koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. This, I believe, came out in group number. Actually, I can tell you because I took a photo. Oh, it's 111 on the clock. Yep, it was group number 3. Okay. So maybe check out group number 3. I didn't expect to say that at all in this reading, but now that I'm looking here and being reminded of what group number three's reading was about, definitely watch group number 3 and combine the messages because there's truth there for you. Absolutely. Swan spirit, time for a deep dive. Again, this is about intimacy and connections. This is like your saving grace this year. Okay. But let's get you your own personalized animal spirit. Yes, the koala spirit, but what else? The groundhog spirit, time to let go. Again, battling those parts of yourself that feel like you have to know everything right here, right now. Crow spirit at the bottom of the deck, co-create with spirit. Definitely timing and patience seem to be a major theme here surrounding how you're not being honest with yourself. It's about the timelines that you're expecting out of life or from other people or for something to be revealed to you. It's almost as like it's almost like you want to just skip to the end of your life and know everything that's going to happen. And it's like, okay, well, yeah, if we do that, then what's the point of you living your life? Develop and grow through the intimacy of now and see where life takes you. Let go of control and the need to know where everything is going to flow. You are safe and you are in good hands. And there's this message here where 2026 really just wants you to enjoy the ride. To expand this message, join us on Patreon for the love and money portion of the reading. If you want a personalized version of this reading, definitely book with me on my website. That'll be linked in the description box down below, where you can get an extended full breakdown of the year 2026. We will be addressing all the themes that you could possibly think of. If you want a version of that reading, that's also available too. There's 2 separate options for 2 different budgets in mind. Um, and also speaking of budgets, there is a 30% off coupon code. Word on the street is if you check out and have a cart that equates to or is greater than $39.99 in value, you put in the code new me in that little discount box and it will give you 30% off of your purchase, again, of $39.99 or more up until January 31st. And you can use that coupon as many times as you would like. Until next time, take care, be well, darling. Bye.